if you're listening to this on YouTube, the podcast starts here. If you listen to this on any other podcast app, that song was No Hale by Uchis. I'm sure it's going to be somewhere in the video. I'll probably remember to put it. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Sometimes I forget. But most times it'll be in the description. That one I won't forget. All right. Ah, man. Man. Welcome back to A Lot About Nothing, where we talk about expansion, social topics.
It's gonna be great.
You don't have to do, we have the buttons. You don't have to do it with your voice.
There's buttons.
Which one is wrong?
He's working on it, y'all.
To be fair, I used to have a stencil, and I don't know where that stencil is. It disappeared. I don't know. It's in a box somewhere. I don't know. I used to have a stencil.
It's forever gone.
Yeah. Welcome back to A Lot About Nothing. My name is Kress. Over here we have Trader Third.
Hello.
Over here we have Victor Rooney.
Salutations.
It's Victor. We are we are a trident of men who just like to entertain. And this is an entertain show. Anything said or done in the show is in the form and the name of entertainment. Don't take everything we say seriously. We are not any authorities of truth. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt.
Yo, sea salt, if you can, which was the greatest era of Wendy's fries.
Sea salt.
Yo, what's it? You're correct. You're so correct. It didn't hit me until you just said it. That was such a good era.
Tried, bro.
Wendy's, why?
Just say it. I'm just saying.
Why did you change? Why did you switch up?
I personally will never understand.
I love the sea salt fries.
Mm-hmm.
They were so good.
Strong contenders. It was strong
probably
contenders.
marginally more expensive than regular.
That's what I'm
table
saying.
salt.
They probably won't save a couple cents, which kind of
Not
amounts to millions.
Fraction of cents.
You know what I'm saying?
To me, though,
It's like
now they're
3
down
cents.
there with Burger King fries, which are barely anything to me. I can't stand Burger King fries. They are
I don't eat Burger King.
They are so lackluster.
Ironically.
The only
Because
thing,
of the fries, I don't eat there.
no, Burger King fries are trash.
They're trash, dude. I can't stand them.
The only thing I eat from Burger King nowadays is their Impossible Whopper.
Oh, I hear that's good,
you told
actually.
me about that. It's good.
Yeah, I hear that's good. But I actually don't eat at Burger King because every time I eat there, I get a headache. I don't know what ingredient
That's
they put
peculiar.
in there, but literally every time, and I shit you not, I get a headache every time, no matter what I eat
The
from
ingredient is mediocrity.
there. Yeah, it seems that way. Get it together, Burger King. Wendy's, you can sponsor us. And you can follow us at A Lot About Pod on all our socials and also on YouTube because YouTube doesn't let me put a URL anymore.
So sorry.
So we have to put like a tag, which is, at A Lot About Pod on everything. So just go ahead and follow us if you will. That's great for, the algorithms and stuff. We've been putting out a lot of shorts, watch our shorts. It takes a lot of time for me to do it because I have to do other stuff. But, watch the shorts. They're fun. They're funny. They're like moments in time of the podcast. Or just watch the entire podcast. That'd be nice too. Thanks. Views matter the most. Also subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much.
The things.
Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Honestly, y'all have been filled with so much drama and anxiety throughout the entirety of this setup that I'm just going to say I'm fine. So tell me about you guys.
All right. So,
Well, first of all,
No, stop. You don't know. He has to say it
we
first.
were gone last week.
that's true. Yeah. Oh, that's true. I forgot to mention that. We were gone.
So we're
last
back.
week. There was a threat of a hurricane in our area. We live in Florida, hurricane central.
Indeed.
Yeah, there was a threat
In
of a
November.
hurricane, so we decided not to do it.
Peculiar. Very peculiar.
It wasn't even that deep, to be honest. It was some wind, some rain.
I got rain and wind. That's all I got.
That's
man.
all I got.
Nothing
man.
destructive. We brought our
Could've done
tortoise
it,
inside.
yeah.
Had to put a diaper on him. It was really cute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't poop in the house?
Yeah, for sure. I ain't trying to
Yeah.
have tortoise poop in the house.
Shout out Osman.
Bro, they poop like humans, bro. It's pretty weird.
Word?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, they eat a lot of vegetation, so
That's what I'm saying. It just condenses and you got
that metabolism's probably
fiber in
crazy
that.
good. Yeah, mad fiber.
mad fiber. Continue. Sorry.
But yeah,
Go ahead, Chris.
there was a threat of a hurricane. We were debating whether to do it or not, and decided not to do it, for safety purposes, just in case it got bigger. But it didn't. I got like 3 days off. Actually,
I was out of town too, so
yeah, Victor was also out of town. I had like 5 days off of work actually, because I worked 2 days, and then they gave us 3 days off.
must be
Well,
nice.
to be fair, they gave us 2 days off, and Friday was Veterans Day. We already had that day off.
True.
So it's technically 3 days, and then the weekend, so it went up to 5 days. I had a little mini vacation, but I couldn't really do much.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I just worked on the documentary.
Must be fucking
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Oh, yes. That was bad. So I just worked on my doc a little bit. I worked on getting shorts out because I have to keep up the YouTube channel or else it dies. YouTube will kill you from the algorithm if you do not post. It's crazy. But yeah, we weren't there. We weren't there last week, and I feel like I mentioned this before. But we're regular guys. We have 9 to 5s. We have lives. We'd be tired. You know what I'm saying? The podcast is for entertainment. We do not get paid from this. It's strictly entertainment purposes. If we end up getting paid, great. But we do not get paid. We do it because we want to. Or sometimes I force the guys to come in.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
You know, like that sometimes. Yeah. Let's enforce more of it.
I twist all their arms. I'm like, hey, I have that thing on you. Don't fuck up. So
now I'm right-handed.
Yeah. so but we're here now. We're giving you the content now. So welcome back to A Lot About Nothing.
It's true.
All right. Victor Rooney, tell me about your
no, hold on. You got to finish. What happened with your car?
Yeah, bro. I've been waiting to know. I've been needing these facts.
Son.
He didn't tell me. He said it's content.
So for a while now, my car's been kind of struggling to start, and I didn't know what the issue was. I had a thought that it might have been the battery, but it never not started. Even though it kind of held up a little bit, it never not started. So finally, it died. So I had taken the dog to the dog park because I had promised to wash it. My brother was out of town. And as I was coming back from the dog park, it started like the first thing that went was power steering. So my steering got so much tighter. I'm like, what the heck is happening? And then next thing you know, my radio started flickering. It's like an alien was coming to the fucking earth.
Oh no!
It was messing with the electrical system. But my radio started flickering, and then all my lights came on. All of them. All the lights came on in the dashboard, but I was still driving. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot stop.
Yeah.
If I stop the momentum right now, it's over for me. So luckily, I was close to my house. I was by that 7-Eleven. I was by my house. I was there, and I made the right, and I was able to turn. Once I turned into the driveway, the car stopped. Died. Couldn't turn it back on. So after that same night, I went to AutoZone and I bought a battery. That battery was $230. Horrendous. But I ended up going on this. I talked to Nish, and Nish like, bro, you should have just gone to Walmart. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, you're right. I didn't even think about that. So I said, fuck that.
You have the good
I called Sanal.
Yeah, they got this.
I called Sanal next day. Sanal popped over in the morning, and then we went to 3 different Walmarts, by the way, to find this thing.
Oof.
Because it wasn't on a shelf anywhere. So the third Walmart we went was actually the one closest to the house, I think. It's hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
It was the one closest to the house. And we did like a whole roundabout. Yeah. So we went to the third Walmart, which had the actual auto center in it. And it had the battery. So because I had gone back to AutoZone, returned it, got my money back, went to Walmart, gave them the old battery so I don't get that cell charge, which is like $22 or something like that. Because they charge you for not giving them back the old battery or the old cell. Same thing with an alternator. So, God, that alternator. So they, what was I saying? So I gave them the old battery and I got the new one. It was 108 for the new battery as opposed to 232. I saved like $120.
There you go.
It's crazy. So that $120 went right back into the car because when I put in a new battery, spark plugs weren't acting right. So I had to switch out the spark plugs. $22 for spark plugs. Got the new spark plugs, put the new sparks in. And I drove for like a day and a half until I was coming home. I was going back to work from lunch. And, well, actually, no, I turned it on that morning and the battery light was on. I'm like, that's not good. But I was able to drive to work and then I drove home for lunch. But coming back from lunch, the car was dying again. And it died at the light. The light is what fucked me up. Because it was I was going towards the light, but it was yellow. Then it turned red. I'm like, no, I can't stop right now. And I had to stop. And so the car kind of lost momentum, and then the juice is just dying.
I would have ran that shit.
Bro, the juice was just, I thought about it. Right? The juice was just dying. And then when it turned green again, I was able to add some acceleration, but then it just died with the momentum of the acceleration. I had to put on my hazards and stuff. I was able to go far enough for me to turn in the entrance of my job, and it just cut off there. Because it's like kind of like a hill, so it didn't have any more momentum.
There's nothing I could do,
yeah. So I had to pull the e-brake and everything. And so 2 guys that usually smoke in like the corner of the road were coming out at that same exact time. So I was pretty blessed in that. And then they helped me push it. And I didn't know.
Blessings.
But my car had a neutral lock. Because when the battery doesn't work, when it's off, you can't do anything with the shifter, with transmission. But there's like a little covering right next to my shifter. I popped the covering off and I was the dude was like, yo, if you pop that off, you can press it down and put the car in neutral. I'm like,
quite useful.
I had no idea. So I popped it off.
Car is the same thing.
Yeah. I popped it off and I put the car in neutral. I'm like, I learned something today. And then we pushed it onto the grass next to the entrance. And then I told my boss, and he came out. He had like a little charger for his. He came out, he put it on, but his wasn't working because it was I guess it was too hot or something like that. And it wasn't charging nothing. So we had called the vehicle guy at work. He couldn't do much for us because of the policy stuff. But he's like, yeah, I'll come check it out. So he came and checked it out. He saw the battery had zero juice. And then he had got a charger because he works on all the cars for the city. Mm-hmm. So he got a charger. He charged it, and I was able to start, but it wouldn't stay started, which means the alternator was not charging the battery. So now I need a new alternator. Luckily, my boss had AAA, and he used his AAA to tow it to my house. And that tow didn't get there till like 10:45 p.m. It's crazy. First it was 5, then it was 8. It ended up being there like 10:40. It's crazy.
Sounds like tow trucks.
Yeah. So AAA did back to my house. I ordered an alternator from Amazon. And then today, I took a half day so I could work on it. Alternator is supposed to be here today. Did not come here today. Mm-hmm. Very upset about that. It's crazy because usually Amazon pretty fast, typically on time. But the one time I need you to be yourself, you couldn't be yourself. Why is it that things and people let you down when you need them the most? Boy, I tell you.
Going through it.
I'll tell you.
I'm sorry, Kress.
And it was a pain for me to take off the alternator because I took off most of the bolts, but it was always one bolt. Always one bolt that wanted to be a fucking challenge. And it was the lowest bolt. And all I needed was a little more leverage. But the, what do you call it? It's not a wrench. Ratchet? The ratchet I had was just a little bit too small for me to put all my leverage on. So after trying several different things, I ended up putting just one of the longer nuts on top of the ratchet. And I just used that to press after spraying with WD-40 like mad times.
Mm-hmm. So the whole experience.
So when I tell you I was sweaty and tired, I thought I was just weak. I'm like, dang, I'm big for nothing. Like, sheesh. But it was stuck because when I finally put in a little bit more, pressure, momentum, and strength, I heard it crack. I'm like, oh, fucking let's go. And I tried to get, yeah. And it was like, Spartans, what is your profession?
Just going through crazy. I'm like,
yeah. And then it finally loosened up. When I tell you that thing sounded like it broke for like the first time because I feel like it just cracked through the cement. It's crazy. But I was dying. It took me like an hour to get that thing out. And I was sitting there waiting for the package. It just never came. And then Amazon told me, oh, it's, was it not delayed? What did they say? It's running late. So now it's supposed to be tomorrow. Yeah, it's supposed to be tomorrow or Friday. So now I got an Uber again. Well, I got a Lyft again because Uber canceled my ride twice. It canceled my ride twice when I tried to Uber to work. And then the third dude was like taking too long. So I had to have a coworker take me to work and take me home. Luckily, it was nice enough to take me. But the second day, which was today, I took a Lyft and it was way faster. So Uber.
Sometimes if you file on Amazon that you want to return it and the reasoning is it came too late,
yeah,
they might let you keep it and refund you anyway.
Oh, really? Interesting. We'll see. I don't know. Everything has a game these days. Mm-hmm. I don't know. We'll see. But that's been my week so far.
Woo!
That's fun, man. That's
not the button I was going for.
But kind of works, honestly.
Not the button I was going for.
But that one also works.
There you go.
That's my works week. The best. That's true.
That's my week. And I still feel sweaty from working on the car. But I'm blessed that I know how to work on my own car.
There you go.
And I don't have to pay a mechanic to do these things.
That matters.
Shout out to my dad for that part. Other parts we could talk about, but shout out to my dad for that part. Because I can work on the car. I know it's a Toyota. It's user friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So talk to me, Victor Rooney.
Okay, so this week,
yeah,
Madhouse, a lot of work.
Yeah,
new client.
Yeah,
huge
money bags.
No, working on it.
Okay.
Very busy, very tiring. Last week, that's when. So, do you guys want the good news or the bad? Or
I guess the bad news.
Whoever wants good news first. Give me the bad news first.
Okay. So, like I was telling Ed earlier, we got a huge new client. We had to start their pilot sites at Memphis, Charleston, and Jacksonville.
Yeah, all the southern states.
So we had to scramble to book these flights real quick. So I had to hit up all 3 locations.
What in that couple days?
In that.
Yeah.
What's the time code? I am cutting that one.
That was great.
18 minutes.
Thank you for
Vic
that.
freaks out.
That was great. I was amused.
I thought it was gonna hit me in the face.
It had the
It almost
trajectory.
did.
It had the trajectory. No worries.
But yes, I had to hit up all 3 locations in the span of Monday. It was originally slated for Monday through Thursday, but that hurricane was hitting.
yeah, it kind of happened. That's frustrating.
Fucked everything up.
So we booked a flight Monday, and Sunday night I was like, all right, let me get ready. Usually these trips, I don't care. I've done them many times. It's all good. But for whatever reason, I had like something not sitting well with me about the trip.
This don't sit well with me.
Yeah, it was like
funny.
it was like I'm like, why am I feeling so anxious about this trip? And then after going through it, I'm like, that's why it was a premonition.
You're an empath.
Yeah, the struggles, man. The struggles.
So the flight I had, first of all, flying to Memphis from Florida is a nightmare.
Really?
There is no direct goddamn flights.
From Florida to Tennessee?
Yeah.
Really?
Seriously?
I'm telling you right now, every one of my flights, I had to have a fucking layover in Charlotte.
Really?
Yes.
That's like the midpoint of everywhere.
It's rough, man.
Yeah.
Dang, midpoint of the South, Charlotte, Carolina.
Or at least it's the midpoint for like American Airlines. Whatever. I spent more time at that goddamn Charlotte airport than I did any of these other locations.
I've been at that Charlotte airport actually. One time.
That's 2. We went there for whatchamacallit? Sorry, we went there on our trip to North Carolina.
True.
We went there and then just drove out west.
Yeah,
because it's right there.
Nice.
I'm sorry, Victor.
No, yeah,
Go ahead.
perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean Charlotte, North
They're
Carolina.
rebuilding a lot of the airport actually, which is really annoying. So everyone was
yep.
crowded around like one elevator to get out of the building, and
Yep.
yeah, they're doing a lot of renovation right
What
now.
airport's so confusing, man.
Yeah, airports are pretty wild.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So my flight for Memphis on Monday was in the evening, just because for whatever reason. So got on. It was at like 7:30. Got to Charlotte. It's like a 2-hour or something flight. Got to Charlotte. 9:30, 9:45. Then my flight to Memphis gets delayed for 2 hours.
Golly.
And I have no reason, no idea why. They didn't tell us.
Okay. Sound like Spirit.
So I didn't get to Memphis I didn't get to my hotel in Memphis till like 2:33 a.m.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Booty.
And then we had a 9 a.m. start time with the client. So
Damn, my dog
Your
only
boy
had
was-
like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
your boy, and coupled with that, I couldn't sleep well because of the time change on Sunday.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
So
the time did change.
I was fucked.
Yeah.
Going through some things.
Anyway, so there was a good part in Memphis. I went after we finished. I had just enough time to grab lunch before my next flight,
Oh gosh.
but I had Memphis barbecue.
What we talking about?
yeah, what's that like? Please
come
tell
on.
me, because
Is that
all I
That
know, if I'm going by American lore,
That
Memphis is a,
American lore?
Memphis is a place.
That shit will change your life.
I see. I see.
I see.
I couldn't choose, so I got like one of those big platters. So
Sampler platter type of thing.
I ate all of it.
As you should, brother. Oh,
Got dry rub ribs, half rack, pulled chicken, pulled pork, brisket.
oh, like we did at the spot.
Yeah,
What's the spot?
but this one's all to myself.
What's it called?
Pig Beach.
Pig Beach. Yeah.
Brisket, mac and cheese, homemade pork rinds,
Sheesh.
and a big old fat glizzy.
It's sounding real nice right now. I'm gonna lie to you. Ooh.
Bro,
I would clip that too.
Ooh.
I'm telling you,
Ooh.
this was life changing. And the best part, like they had 4 homemade sauces.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, bro. Anyone with the homemade sauce?
No. This is the best part. They served the sauces hot.
Oh.
Oh my God!
I feel like that's underappreciated.
Oh my
because
God!
everywhere you go, no one ever feels like warms up the sauce.
No. Like cold
kind of
warm.
yeah.
No, they
Cold,
served
room
it
temperature.
hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hot
that's
sauce.
intriguing.
Interesting.
That sounds really great.
it was really
I'm thinking about
delicious, but it was not the play. Because that itis damn near murdered me.
I was about to say, dude.
I
you're
almost,
about to miss this flight,
bro.
Yeah.
I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, again, got to the airport. Another layover in Charlotte. Then my flight to Charleston gets delayed an hour.
Damn,
the twists.
that sucks, bro. That happened to me when I flew Spirit that one time. Everything got delayed.
Yeah,
never again. By the way,
and then
I'm paying extra for any other place.
Yeah, and then we didn't get to our hotel in Charleston until like 1:30 in the morning, and again 9 a.m. start.
I'm good.
Gosh.
I'm good.
So were you traveling with a group of people, or was it just
No,
you?
it was just me and one other dude.
Okay.
Luckily, because traveling in a group with that many. So we were slated to go to Jacksonville next.
Nice.
But the hurricane was hitting. We're like, I don't know if we're gonna make it in time. And I'm like, I don't want to get stuck in. I don't want to get stuck in Charlotte.
So y'all went to Memphis first,
Yeah.
and then came around
Came back to
to Charleston,
Mhm.
and then now to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
Okay. Sheesh.
but we had to we had to cancel Jacksonville and move our flight a little earlier to try to get back before the hurricane. So
Dang. That sucks.
we had to do the Jacksonville meeting virtually. But funny enough, my flights back home were in the impending doom of a hurricane weren't
delayed.
Weren't affected at all.
Yeah. Everyone's trying to leave. Everyone's trying to
They're like, forget your life, bro. It's fine. Come on.
Oh, man.
And for the rest of that week, dude, I could not sleep. Like the time change coupled with that travel, fucked up my sleep schedule.
Dang.
Oh,
That
it was
sucks.
bad.
Man, it's just
That
traveling.
sucks. I don't like that it gets dark so fast.
I do. I like when it's.
I don't mind the dark. It's just that
It's less hot.
I always feel like, well,
It's
here's
less
the thing.
hot earlier.
Well, here's the thing. When I get to work, the sun is beaming already.
That's okay. You work in an office.
But now I gotta drink.
Then you're in the office though.
Yeah.
But now I gotta drink like iced coffee. I don't even like iced coffee because
Oh
it's
my
too hot
God.
outside.
What do you
to be
mean?
drinking.
Your first world problems
it's
over
that
here.
time
bro.
of the month.
It's too
That
hot
holiday
outside.
time of the year.
Okay.
That's when the iced coffee's fire.
Yeah, but I don't really like iced coffee.
Dude, I've had like 6 peppermint mocha
Here's
iced
the thing.
coffees. So
I don't like drinks that are cold that were meant to be hot. Like hot tea, I'll drink hot tea. Don't like cold tea. Hot coffee, love hot coffee. Don't like cold
then get
coffee.
cold brew. It's made to be cold.
I don't know what that means.
It's coffee
Uh-huh.
brewed under a cold osmosis.
Uh-huh.
That way it's destined to be an iced coffee.
We ain't got that at the job.
Well, you're not supposed to get it at the job.
We ain't got it at the job. Sorry.
Pick it up on the way.
I'm
to
not
the
buying
job.
coffee. I can make it. I'm not buying it. It's free at work. I'm saving that bread.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, I'm saving that bread. I don't have a Starbucks card like them people do.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't drink
That's-
coffee, so
Yeah.
sorry.
And you know, coffee doesn't even do anything for me.
I like
It's
tea.
just
Tea's
it's just kind of
comforting.
like it's like a comfort thing for me.
Coffee. I feel.
Yeah, it's more of a habit than it is like an energy boost.
Well, you
the
gotta,
energy boost works for a lot of people. I've been seeing.
Yeah.
well, it depends on the coffee. Either that or you got to start drinking espresso.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't really need the boost in the morning. I could go without coffee. I'm not tripping. I don't need coffee. It just so happens to be a routine. That's
Mhm.
about it.
Brainwash, baby.
Yeah, I'm super brainwashed.
Definitely, feel that.
I don't have an IQ, dude.
Wow.
I feel like we just-
wow.
I just kind of want to.
Well, that took long enough. So
Yeah,
our
good.
update.
Go
took-
into
I just want to go into.
Oh, the good news is before I left that weekend, before I left to
Forgot
the
I had
trip,
good news. My bad. My bad.
that weekend before I left for my trip, I actually took a tournament down
oh, nice.
at Magic,
Magic the Gathering.
and I qualified for regionals. So,
What? That's amazing.
so in
That's awesome, man.
April next year,
And this guy's a judge, by the way.
yes.
True.
So in April next year, I will be playing the regional tournament in San Diego.
This guy Victor's just doing side missions now.
Might I ask what the region is?
It's like the North American region.
North American region. Okay. I was curious if it was like all North America, if it was like of America, the southeastern quadrant of America.
Yeah, no. This regional encompasses U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
I see.
South America has their own regional. Europe has its own regional.
Dang. Okay.
So the 2026 World Cup. Listen, World Cup starts on Sunday.
Let's go!
Yeah,
I'm not that hype, man. I don't like that. It's in Qatar.
I just don't know sports.
That's true.
So.
I only fuck with Qatar like that. To be honest with you, bro.
Freaking Qatar! I always knew it.
Yeah,
Bastards.
I can't get excited about it because of where it's at, but I'm gonna watch a couple games. Obviously,
it's in Qatar.
Yeah, it's
my man. Shout out to Christian. He's going to Spain to watch everything. I think he has a stop in France to watch the French team game too.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to Director
Qatar is.
Ramirez.
Yeah,
That's my guy.
Regional in April in San Diego. First place.
I like Qatar. No, never mind.
If you top 48,
Yeah,
you get your invite to the Pro Tour, which is international tournament.
and you're gonna make it, so it's not a problem.
Oh yeah, easy, light work.
Easy claps. Yeah,
But if you win first place at the regional,
yeah.
you get 30 bands.
Word.
Yeah,
Shit, we going to Namu, baby.
30?
yeah, 30 bands.
We going to Namu. Say
And
less.
then if you top at the Pro Tour, that's where you get your hundreds or
Yeah.
million.
That's
So
wow.
Get in
okay,
shape.
Okay.
I need you to stay in shape.
Yeah,
I need
unexpected.
to stay in shape.
Man.
I'm trying to go to RH rooftop. I mean, I'm trying to go
you
to
haven't
Namu.
been yet, right?
Haven't been yet.
It's such a nice.
I need to go. Yeah, I need to go. We're talking about
What are
documentaries.
you doing Sunday?
Huh?
Brunch Sunday?
Stop it.
Yeah, we'll do
Topic.
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, all right.
Topic.
Let's
Okay,
go.
yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Right
Easy.
here.
We're talking about documentaries today. Something that I haven't finished yet.
That's fair.
Sooner or later, you guys are gonna see, mashallah, the Ottoman encampment at the Florida Renaissance Festival.
Oh, that's adorable.
So
You should after that you should do a magic documentary.
you think so? That'd be fire. I could follow you around.
It's true.
I got you, bro.
Oh, don't do that. Follow someone better.
Follow Tony. I'm working on the documentary. It'll be coming out soon. It's so much to do. It's so much to do. I'm finishing up Trey's cut, and then I'm gonna go to like the parade cut and like the setup cut. And it's so much, and then I gotta do sound design. And
Are you filming any of this process?
huh?
Have you been filming any of this process?
You know, you should follow me at fstop_k on Instagram. That's where I post some of my stuff.
He does. That's
So
true.
I haven't posted it in a minute, and I haven't filmed everything. No.
Damn.
But I should start filming it though.
Yeah,
You're right.
because then you could make a documentary of the making of the
document- yeah,
documentary.
making of the
Facts
documentary.
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes,
Behind
yeah.
the scenes.
I should do that. You're right. Yeah. I'm gonna start doing that this
Extra
weekend. I'm gonna
content, baby.
start recording this weekend.
Hot.
It'll
Just
be
set
in
up
your
a
phones.
camera in your
in the
editing
back.
room.
Yeah.
And just for like the whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
like weeks, and
Yeah.
then you just do a sped up
I
film.
sped up. That's gonna
When
take
you're
forever.
working, and
for
then
sure,
one day
for
you
sure.
just see Kress freak out, throw his fucking papers.
Finally, export.
Yeah. I'm here for
Then
Soon.
something goes wrong, and you see Kress crying in the corner.
Why? I didn't save. I edit on DaVinci Resolve. It saves automatically. Thank God. Thank God. My main issue is that I'm editing on a hard drive.
Oh,
Because I needed the 10 terabytes of space, and I ended up putting the doc on that hard drive.
oh,
And now there's like 2.9 terabytes on that hard drive.
oh.
I'd have to buy like an SSD and then connect the SSD and move everything from the hard drive to the SSD, which I don't mind doing. I just have to buy an SSD now. It's just the thing is, it edits fine when it's spinning. When if I stop editing for like 5 minutes, it has to spin back up, and it takes forever.
Sounds like your car.
Yeah.
Sounds like my car. Everything in my life is slow.
It do be sounding like that right now.
I need
man. I'm
faster
sorry.
things in my life, but like the SSD I have in the
Leave
Black
it alone,
Magic
shut up,
here.
Leave it alone. Shut up.
The SSD
Continue.
I have in the Black Magic here is fine. I edit all the podcasts, every episode I edit on that, and it's super quick. I do it on my Mac now, but the documentary is on the hard drive, and it's a pain. It's just a pain to edit because it takes forever sometimes, and it discourages me. Because if I stop momentum of something, I'm looking at my phone. I'm on like YouTube Shorts for like 30 minutes.
Yep, it'd be doing that.
You know what I'm saying? And I try to keep my phone away because then I have to edit. I have to go.
It's bad, man.
And
Phones are
DaVinci
stealing
Resolve.
us.
And now, but the thing is, my studio license doesn't work for my Mac because I got the DaVinci Resolve studio license for PC and it doesn't work for the Mac. And now I don't have this cool feature that they have, the vocal enhancer now that they have for the update 18.1. I don't know. Forget it. I'm rambling now. But I now have to buy a new license. It's $300. The license is $295, man.
A year?
No, for one use.
Oh, okay.
Or for two. It's for two devices. Yeah. They say it's supposed to work for the Mac, but it doesn't work. I don't know.
Call support.
Maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, maybe I need to call support.
Yeah, bitch out support. They'll give you a free one.
Yeah, maybe I'll call support and
you gotta channel your inner Karen, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Talking about documentaries.
Yes, finally. Thank you. Topic, guys. Get
and
there.
The God, David.
Sad people here.
David Attenborough. He has a documentary on Netflix, by the way.
I'm sure he has many.
About himself.
Yes.
No, about himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
A auto?
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
An auto bio?
Yeah, an auto bio.
That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Cool voice. He says the best voice I've ever heard of like a documentary guy.
David
Attenborough. Did you guys see the Firefest doc?
I only saw bits of it.
There's two.
I didn't get to watch it.
There's one on Hulu and one on Netflix. I think the one on Hulu is a little bit more accurate.
I forget which one I watched, but
I saw a Netflix one, but I didn't finish it. I was just like, man, people just keep screwing each other over. Anyways, I'm hungry, so then I turned it off. Sorry. My bad, y'all. I started watching it.
What's the best doc you've ever seen?
13th.
What is that?
13th. Thank you for asking.
God, I made a mistake.
Thank you. 13th is about the 13th Amendment, which is the literal next era of Jim Crow, which is important for people to understand because we are still dealing with this. Sure. I need people to understand that during 1865, we're going to get the 13th Amendment at the end of the Civil War. It's going to say that no American citizen shall be a slave or indentured servant, except if they have been duly convicted of a crime. That literally means, by the definition of the English language, this does not matter if this happens. So the second you are a felon in this country, in many states, it is very much so possible for them to use slavery as punishment, and by the very constitution they will use it.
I'm glad you said that,
because there was that article recently about some states that finally voted against it.
Yeah,
in 2022. All right.
Yeah, some
and
states
one of them
finally abolished slavery.
One of them didn't agree with it, actually.
Just in time.
One state, I forgot what state.
I don't want to say it was Kentucky, but I think it was actually Kentucky.
Let me see. Let me look it up.
Please do. But yeah, they're still voting today actively to see if they should have slavery in their state or not. My God, it is important for people to understand that we are actively admitting that we still have slavery in the country by our very own laws and rules. We allow it. We are still doing it. And 13th does exactly what I teach at the Spady Museum. Louisiana, thank you. Sorry. That's rough, but good God. Anyways, but yeah, I teach this at the Spady Museum. I teach these points of the timeline of history that say why we are still going through the things we're going through. There's right now armies of white men who are like, yeah, they're trying to replace us and this is what's happening, but literally slavery is still allowed in the country and is actively happening by the systems that their ancestors made, that is now enslaving not just black people, it's enslaving anyone who's poor and becomes a felon. So it teaches us that, yes, racism is a tool utilized by people in this country, but the issue is it has always been rich versus poor, with economy driving the need to take advantage of poor people, and historically the poor people of the country have been minorities. Thus, people were able to use the tool of racism to further the goal of rich versus poor. And 13th very directly goes through the entire timeline with a particular note on the extreme rise of people who have been put in prison. We have more people today in prison than we ever had enslaved at any point in time.
Let me tell you why Louisiana didn't. So
disgusting.
Alabama, Oregon, and Tennessee and Vermont all voted to remove any exemptions allowing slavery or involuntary servitude from their state constitution.
They know that's the 13th Amendment,
right? Yeah. So Louisiana rejected it because Mr. Jordan A Democratic state representative for the city of Baton Rouge says that he pulled his initial support from the measure after a closer reading of the proposed law led him to believe that it could have actually expanded protections for slavery. Currently, the law states that slavery and involuntary servitude are prohibited, except in the latter case as punishment for crime. The proposal he authored would have removed the phrase "except in the latter case as punishment for crime" and added a clause saying that the measure does not apply to otherwise lawful administration of criminal justice. So basically, it would have still said that even if they removed that part, the latter part, it would have still kind of protected involuntary servitude, which is indeed slavery. Or indentured servants, what they used to call it back in the day. Yeah. So it would have still been, it would have actually protected slavery and then removed it. Mm-hmm. So they're like, nah, forget that.
Yeah. So again, we're still in the process of people not actually understanding how to actually just write a law that says stop doing slavery. We have absolutely no idea how to do that apparently, and we still have these issues where we're looking for and creating loopholes to try and get around old systems and laws that were very plainly put in to be racist, and now we're like, well, we're not sure how to really overturn this law and write a law that negates it, and it just blows my mind because a lot of times I feel like you should just get rid of the law and then worry about making a new one instead of going, well, let's just see how we can fix this one law. Or it's a trash law, and you can just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Like you just don't need it. Like maybe, and then you come up with a new one that says we just don't do slavery. How about that?
How about that?
It's just super useful. We just don't do it. We just don't do indentured servitude at all anywhere, and you don't need to worry about trying to make any form of other exception.
But Edward makes too much money.
Politics,
private money, politics. You know what? You deserve that. You haven't had politics in a long time. Politics. Right. Victorino, best doc you've seen. It's tough. I know.
Oh, I'll also say some Planet Earth documentaries.
Planet Earth is fire.
I mean, those are
changed
given.
my life.
Those are given.
I feel like those
David
are like the base
Attenborough's
level.
talking behind those.
Yeah,
I actually prefer like the ocean one, like Blue.
Oh, Blue Planet ones.
Planet
Those are
ones.
really freaking cool. Those are really freaking great.
There's so much I don't know about the ocean. In general.
Yeah. On land,
Whole new world.
I've seen so many books about it. It's like, okay, it's cool. I get that cat-like, dog-like, squirrel-like, and think
like,
they exist. I get it.
Quadrupedal, bipedal,
Neat. Bird things,
wing,
reptiles,
scales.
All right, cool. Now the ocean, though.
Yeah.
You get everything between
That's
cuttlefish,
a whole different world.
sunfish, like sea amoeba, jellyfish. Like, it's so wildly diverse down there, and we only know like the top
this
3
much.
inches of it.
Because we can't survive down there.
We can't. Right? We can't even. Our technology is still struggling trying to get good videos down there, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The pressure is intense. It's crazy sauce. Shout out David.
I forget.
I'll look it up right now. I got the technology.
Yeah.
I'll tell you mine then.
You gotta give me some evidence there where you can't just go off and forget.
Why you think? I'll tell you mine. It's Formula One Drive to Survive.
That was a good one.
Very good. I think 4 seasons, 6 seasons? Something like that.
Would you? Here's
4
a question.
seasons.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go.
Would you? Did you see the movie? Well, it's not really a documentary. That was the question. Never mind. I was going to ask, how would you categorize like that movie, Ford versus Ferrari?
Oh, yeah, it's not really a documentary.
Not really.
Kind of, but not really.
Kind of,
but not really. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. All right, never mind.
Yeah, I say Formula One Drive to Survive because it got me into F1 racing, and that there's a lot of drama in it.
Oh yeah,
and it's crazy because
absolutely. Did you see the trailer for Lamborghini?
No, I didn't.
It's like
they're dropping one too.
Yeah, it's like Ford versus Ferrari, but follows the story of Lamborghini. Ferruccio Lamborghini.
That's interesting. Yeah,
so much
I fuck with F1 now because of it. Like, tells like the tales behind some of these people's lives, like the contracts behind some of the drivers, how hard it is to drive, like the drama that comes with everything, like the presidents, the managers. My favorite what they call them, principals. I think that's what they call them, like the principal of the team or something like that. I forget what they call them. But Toto Wolff for Mercedes, this German dude, hilarious, best guy ever. I fuck with Toto. But like, the best driver right now is Max Verstappen. This might be boring to some of y'all, but anyone who watches F1 knows how much drama this is. Max Verstappen is the best now. Checo is right behind him, and now I read an article the other day that said Checo wasn't really fucking with Max because he didn't let Checo pass, and it showed. And Checo said it just shows who he is. And sometimes you can't let your teammate pass because it doesn't matter if you're on the same team. I gotta be number one. And Verstappen's number one right now.
Ooh.
And F1 pole position, everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything right now. Listen, I fuck with F1 so heavy, man. And I started watching it because one of my coworkers was watching it, and she's like, "Yo, watch this shit. I promise you'll love it." And I loved it. She was fucking right. It's great because this is as one dude who I'm rooting for, Yuki Tsunoda. He's a Japanese dude. He's also racing. Super tiny dude. Dude's like 5 feet tall, but super tiny dude. And I mean, weight matters.
Yeah,
F1. Like some of the crashes are crazy. Like people have died. It's a lot. I fuck with Formula One. Yeah, I like that documentary. Another one that I really fucked with was hold on, I was looking at it earlier. Open Sesame. Oh, What the Fuck Do You Know? That's from 2005, I think. What the fuck do we know? WTF do we know? And it's about quantum physics.
Ooh, that's fun.
You ever seen that one?
That's fun. I actually think I did see a bit of that. I think I actually did. I didn't see. I think my mom was watching it. I only saw some of it, but I don't think I got to see all of it. I know there was one on Netflix.
Was Dahmer a documentary series?
It was a docu-series. It's different.
There's a docu-series, and there is one that is.
I'm sure
there's a show. There's a show that is Dahmer. Like that's a
show.
I don't care
show.
if that's a show. But there definitely is a Dahmer documentary series.
Right.
That's straight up basically almost every episode that the show goes over, it's nearly the exact same thing that the documentary goes over.
Yeah, but, What the Bleep Do We Know came out 2004.
Yeah. I watched the
physics.
I watched the documentary. I have no desire to watch the series. I don't know why we're making
Well, how do you guys feel about that? Like murder docs and stuff like that?
I despise it because
it's kind of fucked up.
It is extremely so. Like it's just revisiting the trauma and then showing the entire country the trauma.
Yeah, man. Because
like the documentary, that's fine. It is important to learn about the psychology and impact of what this person did. Fine.
Right.
But why are we paying an actor to be
That's
this character?
What I'm saying. I don't know.
I didn't show how someone could relate to this character.
Yeah, no.
And like, no, that's not why.
Yeah, that's what all that hubbub was when the series Dahmer came out. Like, why are we glorifying?
Why are we glorifying this person?
Guy? Like all
you tell me.
All the families of like the victims.
Yeah,
like, this is bullshit.
This is horrible. Why are we showing this like this? What?
Fucking crazy sauce.
That's stupid to me, man.
And the family didn't fuck with it at all. They were trying to actually sue.
They're trying to stop it.
They're trying to sue and get paid off of that because I'm like they're using. They didn't ask the family if they could do this. Obviously, this is public information.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't ask the family if they could do this. They didn't think about how this would, affect the people. It's fucked up because now you're just re-traumatizing the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
And this man killed.
What I do like
mad people too
are war documentaries actually.
Really?
I love war docs.
I like history and war documentaries.
War docs, especially World War II.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I love seeing the smaller stories of people who were trying to survive these wars. Because a lot of time our textbooks only teach about the larger impacts of the wars, but they don't really talk about what the average person was really trying to go through comprehending the war. And the documentaries will have the lives of the people who are in the war, but they'll have like the letters from home. They'll have how people in college at home were feeling about the war. They'll talk about those different aspects.
The war.
Yeah. And just bring a lot of perspective to how to feel about that war. Or how to not that war, in war in general, how to feel about war, how to feel about a country talking about it or not talking about it. Because realistically, without the documentaries, like, the country would not talk about the reality of the war. It really doesn't. The government doesn't do work to talk about the trauma and PTSD that's going to come out of the definitely horrible actions that they do during the war. And that the people coming back from the war don't know how to talk about because we have horrible recovery and therapy programs in our country. So most of the people have no idea how to talk about it. So frankly, unless you're able to see a documentary that says, hey, this is actually how intense it really was.
Right.
This is actually how difficult trying to like take that hill actually is and was when you're watching this happen to your friends around you.
I feel like sometimes they be giving people too many ideas. Whenever they do these documentaries about murders. And
when they give
I feel like y'all giving people too many ideas.
Even something like Criminal Minds. It's not a documentary, but like after
I'm just like, keep that on the wraps, bro. We don't want to let nobody try to recreate this shit. Try to be like, this was my hero. Yeah, people are crazy like that.
Yeah,
we'll have people redo that shit. I'm cool on those, man. I don't really listen to murder docs, murder podcasts, none of that shit.
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, I don't listen to it either. But if one gets to put on, dude. It's just
interesting
the way,
for sure. Because
honestly, just the way they're presented is just so.
Oh, they're always presented.
They're
in a
just
way
so
to
capturing. Like they hold your attention.
They know what they're doing.
It's just,
they know exactly what they're doing.
It's like the suspense of it. Like, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
the music plays. The dun 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 dun, and then commercial. they know what they're doing.
But actually, the docs that I actually now that I think about it, enjoy the most are like the food docs. Like there's one I remember watching on YouTube called Jiro, the Dream of Sushi. It follows like the father. It's like this 80-some-odd-year-old like master sushi chef.
Gotta be.
And it follows him and his 3 Michelin star sushi restaurants in Japan.
Golly.
Only 10 seats.
Oh,
in this place.
Wow.
Yeah. Only 10 seats and they only do like 2 services a day.
Golly.
So that shit's exclusive. Yeah, it follows like it follows like his journey, how this restaurant came to be, what he's doing, and like
what makes it so expensive.
Yeah, and then like his son's trying to follow in his footsteps.
That's fine. Crazy. Damn, how do you get to that? How do you get to be that exclusive?
It means we gotta watch it. And
3 Michelin stars, dude.
Jiro. One of the best docu-series that was super popular was Tiger King.
Oh, I was about to. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I was about to name another one.
What was another one?
March of the Penguins. So,
I did not anticipate that answer.
It was good. Like I
didn't anticipate March of the Penguins.
Oh, and Meerkat Manor.
I don't know that one.
Both of them.
What would you categorize?
Solid.
Is there a difference?
What is the definition of a documentary?
I think it's just a single movie, while a docu-series it just means it's a series.
No, but what makes it a documentary?
Oh, I think when it either has it's the difference between narrative and expository writing.
Interesting.
Documentary, it has to do with like teaching about something, showing you something you did not know was the case. Right? You are quite actually documenting something so that the story can be told. And you're gonna find people that you want to interview, find people who are telling the story, find people who are experiencing a story, so you could just follow them even if they don't know how to tell you the story, right? Like there's on YouTube, there's a guy who he's like, I'm not a journalist, this is not what I do, but I take a camera with me and I go to places. And then he's like, yeah, I'm going to Haiti in one of the most.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. Right? Dude. Yeah. Like, I've seen random videos of that.
Spend a day in Haiti, and that's what I do. And he goes to like one of the most gang-dealed places, and he ends up learning that people live here, and they also want life and like are alive.
He
goes to North Korea, and he's like, this is crazy, my God, and honestly, how is life like this? And then there are people there.
That's a really good accent. You did well. You've done really well.
Thank you. So it's just a guy, but like that's a documentary. That's a docu-series. He's just documenting what's happening. Well, ideally, it's subjective. Also, ideally, it is. I am a person who's just trying to say, here is information. Take what you will.
Right.
I'm putting it in an order and a timeline.
Right. You're correct. What was I going to say? But that's why I think that the documentaries really just mean it's like it's like looking at the means behind the end. Like, most of the time we just see an end product.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think a documentary always just kind of goes behind the scenes of that end product, whatever it is, whether it's life, whether it's like, how did Hitler become the way he is?
Yeah.
Or how did McDonald's supersize me?
Why did this war happen?
Wonderful documentary.
Why do we eat what we eat now?
Why do we eat
That's
what
a good
we
one
eat?
too, actually, supersize.
Where does food come from?
Yeah.
So most of the time we just see the end. Documentary shows the means behind it. So, but that's why I didn't ask you guys to do anything. I just followed you with the camera because I wanted everyone to see This is just them. I ain't saying nothing. There was no script.
Mhm.
I shot in verite. I shot handheld. I just followed motherfuckers around. All right. I just followed people around. Just let them do what they do. I didn't curate no shots. It was all super raw, and I sweated so much. So much.
That's true.
But the only part of that was led was the interview. But that's because I wanted to make the cuts where I did the questions. I did the questions obviously, so I can make the right cuts. But that's the only part of that I was led. Everything that I shot and that you guys will see in the documentary is all I just walked around with the camera.
Ooh,
And motherfuckers thought I was like news people, dude. They thought I was like a news person. It's funny.
This Is It. It's a Michael Jackson documentary that came out. That was also really great that I saw.
Never saw that.
It definitely went over like all the amazing things, but then also was like, yeah, he was also caught up in scandals of child things. But again, it's a documentary, so it's not like, yes, he's horrible. It's like, no. This is just what everyone has said about it from the outside, from the inside. These are what Michael Jackson has said about it. You do with it what you want, you know. And again, I think what makes a documentary best is when they are the most objective they can be, you know. And I think that's why we always watch those Planet Earth and Blue Ocean or Blue Planet ones, because they're the most objective. Yeah. Like we can't do anything about the animals. They're just being nature. Animals. Yeah, it's nature just being nature. And so it is consistently always interesting because it's the most objective you can get. You know, everything else you can have a bit of prior feeling bias, whatever on it.
So what's the difference between a documentary and a docu-series?
More episodes, bro.
It just
that's it?
I think so.
I personally think so.
I think so.
I think it's just a documentary spread out over several episodes because there's so many facets to what you're trying to talk about that it's not effective to have it as one impactful movie. You know, if he was doing a documentary on the Renaissance Fair, it would be smarter to do a docu-series. Because he's doing it on one encampment, it makes sense to do a documentary, right? I think that's a better way to describe it. You know, like the Planet Earth, Blue Planets, those are docu-series technically, not really documentaries.
Yeah, those are docu-series.
So I'd amend what I was saying before and say those are docu-series. Meerkat Manor, I love it. It's adorable. Yeah, it's a docu-series. It has a family, right? I mean, there's a greater story to tell that's going to keep going beyond, hey, this one aspect of it is real. And so you're able to have a docu-series about like
what
13.
About a TV docu-series?
What's the difference? Is there a difference? What you mean? Hold on.
A TV docu-series.
What you mean? Am I crazy?
What's a TV docu-series that we've seen? I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, he's just being extra. Oh my God.
I don't
remember.
Because
let me make sure. Hold on.
Breaking Bad. No,
Chernobyl.
Wait, you count that? You think that's a TV docu-series? I personally thought it was a show. I thought it was just a
show too. Yeah,
I thought it was a show.
I'm with him. I don't know.
Though I will say, as I'm looking under these categories, there are definitely ones where I'm just like, wait, isn't that a show? You know, but
they are shows, but they're
docu-series.
Docu-series.
Because that's angrily
like Dahmer was a docu-series.
Exactly,
yeah,
Dahmer's a docu-series.
Nasty one, but it was a docu-series.
What's his name? Not El Chapo.
They had a documentary on El Chapo.
What's the one?
They actually
it might have been him. Actually, it might have been
Formula One, Drive to Survive.
Is
docu-series. Yeah. Funny enough, they categorized Top Gear as a docu-series.
Was Maverick a real guy?
No, not the
movie,
not the planes. The British show.
That's funny.
I've never seen the British show.
That's
Top
surprising.
Gear?
Oh, Top Gear.
Yeah.
I thought I said Top Gun.
I was about to say
that's why I said not the plane.
That was
I thought
very
you said
surprising.
Top Gun. I was about to say, what the heck?
Top Gear.
Was it? Oh, is it categorized as a docuseries on like cars?
TV docu-series. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There are entertaining segments, but there are parts of it where they literally lay out the facts of a certain car.
I think it has a lot to do with the explanatory nature of it. If it's something where there's like narration or explanation,
that's exactly what it is.
Definitely, yeah.
That's funny. What's a?
You ever watch Top Gear?
Yes, I have. It's a bunch of British dudes doing really cool car things.
Yeah,
it's really cool car things and saying this is why it happens.
Yeah,
and then I see it happen, and then it's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Top ones.
Yeah,
you should watch watch the Grand Tour.
Is it still on?
Yeah, after they got fired from Top Gear,
That's funny.
they went with Amazon and they have a show called The Grand Tour.
That's what you mean.
The most recent episode they did, buddy fucking James May, they were playing chicken in a tunnel.
What?
Yeah, like
Why?
they say who could get to 80 miles per in a tunnel. At the end of the tunnel is just a rock wall.
Oh my god.
They were trying to see with their cars, they're trying to see who could get to 80 miles an hour the fastest and brake to 0 the fastest.
This motherfucker's just crazy.
Spoiler alert.
Do they crash?
One of them literally eats shit and crashes into the wall. Like, caught on camera.
Whoa. Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
Was it like a horrible? It was a bad damage to him and like his body, or
Yeah, not like life threatening, but there was
man was in a car accident.
there was like blood off his head, broken ribs.
Yeesh.
Like had to go in the
Hospital?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, this is a show I might have to get into.
Just to see the crash.
They're like, they're not. They're like,
that's why I watch NASCAR, bro.
Yeah,
Come
they're
on.
I see.
Come on.
I'm sorry, this is a completely different tangent. But speaking of NASCAR,
Oh,
did y'all see what Buddy Chastain
man
did?
super move around
That
the
man,
freaking-
oh
Come
my
on,
god!
dude.
All
Was
right.
it worth it?
Yes.
Yes.
What you mean?
We qualified, but is he gonna win?
Who
Now
cares?
you have to win.
Who cares, man?
They're
You
gonna
can't-
make a documentary about that
For
move
sure.
right
But
there.
think
It's
about
going
it.
down
Now
in
you have
history,
so
dude.
much frame damage to your fucking car.
Hey, it's fine.
It didn't look that
It's
bad.
fine.
Dog. He was, but he's going. How fast is he going?
He was going like 75.
Nah, stop the
He was
cap.
going way faster. Had to be going faster.
Cap. He had to be going over
dude.
100
He had to be
something.
going faster, man.
Come on, had to be going over
I don't
100
know. It
something.
was a
You
short-
ride the wall like that? Mad frame damage.
It was a short circuit though. They couldn't have been going that fast.
But the balls on this man. I don't even know his
How
name.
do you know it would work? That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. How
Yeah.
did he know that would work?
You think they're gonna? This is a good question. You think they're gonna make a ban on that?
oh, absolutely.
That'd be fire.
Because
Oh yeah, you
Absolutely.
can't.
That's so dangerous.
safety reasons
That's
alone.
so dangerous.
Yeah.
Because at any point, if the wall gave out, he would just crash in the wall, and the car's going.
But if he does end up winning the whole thing, best believe there's gonna be a documentary made on that.
Look, the first thing I looked up was NASCAR wall
it's a
ride.
hurdle ahead of 5 other cars, dude.
He jumped from
Come
10th
on, dude.
to 5th.
Come on,
Oh, it was Ross Chastain.
Ross. Just I'm
Yeah,
trying,
Chastain.
I'm trying to find out the speed.
He wall rid all the way to pole position. That's crazy to qualify. That's crazy.
Dude, the
That
first
boy. Hey, listen, when you want it,
thing,
sheesh.
Like I said,
he had to go an average of 112 miles per
Come on.
hour from the midpoint of the backstretch to the start to the finish line.
Come on,
So like they know he was going faster and short, of course, but an average of 112, bro.
come on.
Like
Had to be going over.
Wall-
100.
like riding a wall.
I
You can't
watched
do
the
that with
YouTube
that.
compilations of everyone's
All the
reactions
reactions?
on the race.
that goes insane. Please, find that video, bro. Hit him with it or the link. My
So
God.
if he does end up winning at least like top 3,
That's crazy.
Oh.
It was worth it.
just best believe it's gonna be a documentary.
It was worth it. It's worth it, definitely. What's a moment in history that you think like deserves a documentary but doesn't have one? I have one that
But that's hard to say because
It's
a lot
hard,
of
right?
things
Have
already
docs.
have docs.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if this has a doc already, but I learned about the 4 Pest campaign from the Chinese Communist Union back in like what was the date? Hold on, this was like 50s, 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the prime minister at the time, it's called the Great Leap Forward, by the way.
Mm.
The prime minister time was Zhao, I think his name was. Let me look it up. The Great Leap Forward. Mao Zedong. So at the
What do
time,
you call me?
so
Mao?
here's the thing.
Oh,
Like
There
the
was-
grandfather of communist
right.
China.
Yeah,
that's
that
all
guy.
Awkward moments.
Mao. So
Not
he
that guy.
so there was 4 Pest campaign. And the thing was there were mosquitoes that were responsible for malaria, had to kill those. There were rodents responsible for spreading plague, as he thinks. There are those. There was pervasive airborne
Definitely
airborne
is what it
illness,
is right now. Yeah.
right? And the sparrows, which is the funniest one.
Some strong.
The
plays.
sparrows, which were specifically
evolves into Firo.
were it's fear. The sparrows who were responsible for eating grain. So they were eating like 4 pounds of grain per sparrow in all their fields.
That's a
So
happy
what he
sparrow.
did what he did was he's like he gave everybody a license to kill sparrows whenever they saw the sparrows. So we're talking like hundreds of thousands of sparrows dead, right? But you can't just kill off nature and think the chain won't change.
Yeah.
What happened was they killed so many sparrows that locusts started eating of the grain. It started fucking
That's
up all
funny.
their
Predator was
fields.
gone.
That's funny.
And now they're like, fuck, we needed the sparrows. The sparrows were keeping the locusts at bay. So now the locusts are fucking up all their stuff. And now they can't deal with the locust issue. They go and import 250,000 sparrows. Where is it from? Hold on, let me look it up. Where they import this fucking sparrows from, man?
I want a documentary
from Soviet Union to replenish the population. 250,000 sparrows they have to go get back because they killed so many of them. The locust population started overtaking everything. Stupid. You think you can just kill a chain of nature and nothing else will pull up in its place? Come on, bro.
Damn, there's already a doc for it.
There's already a doc?
No, I was looking up something else.
Nice. I got a good one. But I need a doc on that. I need a doc on like the Ford Pest campaign. Documentary makers, let me know because it's not my thing. I don't really care about this that much, but other people who do care about
short film.
I know what I want now. Okay,
please. This is crazy. This man just killed nature and thought nothing was gonna change. And they had to import sparrows. Talk about a fuck up, bro.
Pretty funny. I won't lie to you.
That boy,
yeah, Victor. May I go?
50s, 60s, man.
So
crazy.
There's already a film about it, but I wanted to see if I was looking up if there was a documentary about the Great Emu War.
There is one.
Yeah.
I was looking at that too. I was talking to my coworker about this too because he brought that up. They
Speaking of shooting birds,
yeah.
Have you heard of this trade?
The Great Emu
War
took over in Australia, right?
Yeah,
1930. That's Australia. Okay, yeah.
1932. There was a wave. Not technically a war, but
I know exactly what I want.
Farmers were complaining that flocks of emu, were eating their crops and whatever.
Right.
So the government themselves gave license to kill these emus. So these like divisions of fucking army people with like
big behind rifles,
blickies and sticks, ready to fucking smash cans. Lost against these emus.
All right, guys, I want you to know that I did not study this enough. Hold on.
They lost against the emus.
The
oh
great
my
emu.
god! Oh wow, that's a lot of freaking emus.
Yeah.
What Jesus Christ?
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, this needs. I need to. I'm gonna look at this documentary. That sounds amazing.
Wild.
Yeah, humans stay losing in nature sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I think infographics. You know the YouTube channel.
Well, while a number of birds were killed, the emu population persisted and continued to cause crop destruction.
Yeah.
Artillery soldiers armed with Lewis guns. Jesus
Golly.
Christ.
Yeah.
Bro, little gats, bro. No, stop coming. And he was going at.
They had the hammers on them and couldn't do nothing.
I need that. That's perfect.
No, they got the choppers.
Oh, wow. They like, destroyed crops. Okay.
That's crazy.
We'll Wikipedia this later. Okay, I feel you.
No, there should. Do you know the YouTube channel infographics?
Yeah.
I don't know that YouTube channel.
Look it up. Great YouTube channel.
Infographics?
I fucking lose hours to that YouTube channel.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I will be watching this later.
Oversimplified or Simple History. Both are
solid. Yeah.
good channels.
This is hilarious and great.
The infographic show?
No. Do sorry, I was thinking of something. Do Oversimplified.
Oh, okay. Oh, now that you say YouTube. You guys seen the Soft White Underbelly?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
No, what's that about?
All right. Soft White Underbelly is about a dude who interviews and goes over to really obscure people and he finds out about their lives. He did a mob boss. Mm-hmm. He did a prostitute one time. He did a family of like inbred people. He did
Oh, perfect. Before you keep going, my documentary is on royal incest. That's one I would like to learn about. And the fact that most people should have 32 great grandparents.
No,
you ain't joking.
European royalty.
In general, European royalty. We're supposed to have...
Not just English.
Yeah, everyone, stop it. Everyone's supposed to have 32 great grandparents. But there are people who have like 4. And so like Cleopatra. And so when we think about when we think about royals, and we think about a lot of their more eccentric decisions, or how crazy they lived, or wild choices they made and who they loved, or wars that they started, it's literally because they were mentally challenged, and they might have been like actually physically deformed and unable to make proper decisions. So when
motherfuckers fucking their cousins,
right?
And
when a significantly more ignorant human population has leaders that seem eccentric, a lot of times they actually like that stuff and think that it makes them like a blessed leader, and they will follow them, and hundreds of thousands of people will die because of their decisions that were made out of a not sound mind.
Right.
There are people nowadays who are like slightly on the spectrum and like don't understand how to like what the question of why is. They know to do things, they know to answer things, but like they won't know why they're doing it. They won't know why people are. So we see mental illness today and see how it affects us. But a lot of times people don't consider just how many royals in history also were mentally ill and very mentally disturbed, and led entire countries of people,
because they're fucking inbred
to death. And so because they're literally inbred. And so I'd love to do a documentary that talks about which like continents had like most reports of inbreeding, what very famous leaders of history people talk about all the time, but were inbred. And so when we think about the decisions they made, were they really smart decisions, or were they very, very compromised decisions, you know? Yeah. So
that's interesting.
I think it'd be a good one.
That's interesting. So the soft white underbelly guy, there's a crystal meth guy, there's a pimp and prostitutes that he interviews. There's a cuckold couple. There's a dude who pulled a gun on him during the interview.
Oh, that's fun.
The inbred family. So
startling.
Yeah, dog. He did a prostitute one time, and he tried to help her. Actually, he did everything he could to help her. Like he gave her money to get out, everything, but she just went right back. And he did the interview after she went right back, and he was like fed up with everything. He did an interview with her again.
Oh yeah, here it is. Look at that.
Just to see like, yo, why are you going back?
I will be watching this show.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. What was that YouTube channel you said?
Oversimplified.
Oversimplified. Let me see. Oversimplified.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, I see.
It's important. Again, it's important to do little freaking. It's important to do documentaries like this though, because again, until you videotape things, legit.
What are you guys' opinion on Vice?
How can a person know?
I fuck with Vice.
Vice, I think they do really awesome documentaries, but they are obviously very biased towards like liberalism and progressive things. And
usually shorter,
huh?
Usually shorter.
Yeah, that's also true.
Right.
But because they are like definitely biased towards that thing, you do see some political leaning in certain things that they do. So they are not as objective as I'd like them to be. They're not as objective as they once were, I think, as well.
Do you find that the political skewness is only apparent in like US based topics? Because Vice International.
Oh, international is beautiful. I think they're very good at handling international topics. The second they get to national topics, I think it's less of. I don't blame them for that. I think because of how America is, we have forced ourselves to make everything a coin flip.
Yeah, you pigeonhole yourself into one side or
precisely.
the other.
You have to be one side or the other, and if you're in the middle, somehow your opinion's even worse.
You're
than being
a pariah to both sides.
Yeah, So like. Yeah, they kind of have to be more liberal because, like, realistically, that is the more like reasonable for the people side, you know, and those are probably going to be the people who even watch their shows. Conservative people, sadly, because of these stigmas around being Republican and the stereotypes around being a conservative, probably don't care as much about what's happening to poor people. I'm not saying that everyone is conservative, everyone's Republican, doesn't care about poor people. But I am saying if we're going off of facts of the past and leaders of those parties, we have a lot of people who don't care about poor. Like we have the evidence of them not caring about poor people and also leading their party. That's a problem, you know. But again, everything's a coin flip. We have 50-50 chance we get the politics right, which is idiotic to me. So.
I forget which country they did it in, but there was a African country that were all the kids were like addicted to lean. Vice did a documentary on them. It was very interesting.
Oh, there's a documentary on Senegal wrestling.
Yeah,
that was a good one. I saw
Senegal wrestling. I saw that
wrestlers,
one too.
Senegalese wrestlers.
Wrestlers, yeah.
I think so.
Very interesting. I fuck with documentaries, man. They're good. They're really good to watch.
They're important. It's learning.
You know, I think it's funny because a lot of the things that we just never think about. There's so much history behind. There's so much history behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Just the things that's like everyday shit that you don't even like blink twice at.
Oh,
like otherworldly stuff.
And then there's some like speculative stuff too. Like I remember like a couple weeks ago, I fell into this YouTube rabbit hole of, I forget. I really should remember what the channel was called, but it was a guy that specialized in like military history, especially like the World War II era.
Oh, sorry. No, finish. Go ahead.
And he, he did a series of like what ifs, like could a modern day U.S. super carrier beat the entire Japanese Navy from World War II?
Interesting.
And he takes like bunch all the facts and comprise it into the situation where it would happen, blah blah blah.
Like there's a
it's super interesting.
Right, with the amount of planes, my God.
No, like
there was
he did another one like that. Could F-16 sent back at the time of the Pearl Harbor attack change the course of that whole day? Like these videos are super interesting.
Yo, what's that channel? You got it? You know it? Please God, find it when you have the chance.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, did you guys watch Age of Samurai: The Battle for Japan?
No,
on Netflix.
I missed that one. I was watching Rise of an Empire. The Ottomans, though, that was a good one.
It's a doc on or it's like a reenactment mostly, but it's documenting the time of Nobunaga and how he started and went through the whole I forgot what empire that is, but it went through all the battles and the wars and stuff that they went through until like the last leader. I forgot whose name he is too, but check that out. It's Age of Samurai: Battle for Japan. That boy Nobunaga was crazy motherfucker, boy. I tell you.
The name of the channel is talking about like the speculative stuff. The what ifs is Binkov's Battlegrounds.
Binkov's?
BINKOV''S.
Binkov's Battlegrounds.
Yeah, like this single F-15 time travels to 1941 Pearl Harbor. This video got 1.6 million views.
Jeez. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's fire though.
Yeah, like
this is pretty. This is pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Superior goes back to 1941. Blah 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 blah.
Man, I didn't think this would be such a history-rich pod.
Defeat a whole Roman legion.
A lot of docs are.
That's true.
Oh my God!
I don't have to go to school tomorrow, man. You got the history right here. A lot about nothing, man.
I don't know.
Just subscribe. Just subscribe for more history. Don't go to school. School's not cool, kids. Peer pressure. Are there any docs you watch that you're like, we didn't need this? Like, to be fair,
most
I didn't
serial
really
killer docs.
True.
I lied. No, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I think it is important to have serial killer documentaries. I do not think it's important to make a documentary that glorifies them or tigers. That's useless.
Yeah, if I never got the Tiger King,
that's
I wouldn't.
A case, bro. Like,
my life wouldn't have changed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a lawsuit. That's not a. I don't need a movie about it, bro. Just send this man to jail.
Yeah, if I didn't hear about jail, my life wouldn't have changed.
Like if the documentary was in a greater extent about all tiger caretakers, and the entirety of all tigers in the world.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. But it was literally like, hey, this one guy is really weird and eccentric, and is absolutely abusing his staff and tigers.
Yeah.
Why are you making a documentary?
And then hates this other lady who also has the tiger farm.
We don't need to play this for America to see. We need to just send them to jail.
Yeah, which he is in. She is in jail. Yes.
But
I understand. I didn't really care about that much. Yeah. I could have gone without it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that I could have gone without the Firefest one too. It was interesting, but I didn't really care about it that much. Did I watch any? I don't think any other ones.
Because a lot of times
most of the time they're good.
Yeah, a lot of times I'm okay with a documentary teaching me about something I like definitely didn't know about.
Right.
But there are for sure times when like I think people just get excited about the fact that they can make a documentary, and we get stuck with some stupid things sometimes.
Would you guys ever want a doc made about your lives? Like when you're older, when
you
you're
make 20, 30
when you're
more
like
years.
72.
No.
Yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do it too, but it'd be like the most average documentary ever. I have no real.
Yeah, for now, guy, you're like 30. Calm down. You got like another 40 years.
I guess, but I don't
Come on,
have
I
any
guess.
real exciting things that's happened to me yet.
My guy, you got 40 extra years. Most crap
more
don't
than
happen.
40.
Listen, ignore anime, bro. Most wild crap
Ignore
don't happen
anime.
until another decade or so.
Just hop into your time skip.
Yeah. When I'm 1,000
time skip
years
arc,
old,
bro.
when I'm like Ginryu side, Mama to.
Get your time skip arc, bro. It's all right, man. We're going to get there.
Yeah, just start the doc at like when you were a toddler, when you were doing some crazy shit in Haiti.
Right.
And then time skip to 40.
Yeah, now you're good, bro. Then you into your...
Now I'm a filmmaker.
then you into your max level life.
Now I'm a filmmaker with his own studio.
Shit.
And I'm 40.
See, he has goals. That's literally how documentaries happen.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah,
have
yeah.
a life. You don't think you know your goal. And
Own
then
studio,
something happens
filmmaker.
and bam!
Yeah.
And then he's famous.
Still has a podcast that doesn't pay.
Right.
Yeah,
Still broke.
Yeah, I feel that.
Still not making money from this at all.
Relatable.
Yeah. It's my goal.
Yo, ignore Jordan Peterson, y'all. I need you to know that right now. Like
Jordan Peterson?
Ignore Jordan Peterson.
That's an interesting
About
man.
rude. I shouldn't say
Should I
ignore
listen to
him.
Andrew
That's
Tate?
an interesting. Oh God. Jordan Peterson, interesting guy.
Listen, the issue with him is that he's a psychologist and knows a bunch of big words.
He does
and
know a
that's
bunch
great.
of big
That's
words.
neat. That's
Yeah.
awesome. But also, like, he still is he's a very judgmental dude who just thinks that when he says a bunch of big words, he should be listened to. But a lot of the crap he says is disgustingly misogynistic, sexist, and sorry, just because you say it with confidence doesn't mean you are the authority on it. So.
And we're not authorities either, but you can still watch our
But
stuff.
I'm gonna throw my opinion out there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can still watch our stuff on a lot about nothing.com. You go to that too. We have a website. I set it up. I gotta pay the domain the 26th. I have not forgotten that.
That's true. That's good.
Go ahead and follow us at aliveoutpod.com on all your socials. Like and subscribe to this video. We'll hopefully be back next week. Don't hold your breath. No, I'm just joking. We try to be consistent.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Try
you
to be
should hold
consistent.
your breath. Is
Try to
what
be
he's saying.
consistent.
You should hold your breath.
Try to be consistent.
because
Next week is
it's gonna be that quick.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, we are not back this week. This week is Thanksgiving. Actually,
Next week is Thanksgiving.
next week is Thanksgiving.
Well, Thanksgiving's on the Thursday, but you're gonna be driving to Jackson.
I'm going to Jacksonville, so y'all might get a family pod.
Let's go.
That's cute.
Y'all actually might get a family pod. Now that I think
Do you know
about it.
Canadian Thanksgiving is in October?
That's pretty cool.
Peculiar.
Why?
'Cause that's-
I'm not Canadian. I don't know. If you're Canadian, let us know why Canadian Thanksgiving is in October. Yeah. Follow us at Lot About Pod. Thank you for listening. Peace out.